I wanted to make this sort of short video about what I'm going to call a thought diary, and I wanted to discuss the reasons why I run. I've recently read a book from Murakami. There we go. Okay. And I don't know if you know, Murakami is this Japanese author, and he writes really interesting novels and sometimes non-fiction. But he's also a very active runner and has engaged in more than 25 marathons and other sort of races. The book is really short, and somehow it's written very simple in a very simple way, but the message and content is very stimulating, and it helped me explore more of the reasons why I want to run and engage in this activity for my lifetime, within my lifetime. Now, I have been running since I'm a child. I've always sort of been forced to. My dad was a runner, and at school my brother became really involved in sport, and I somehow tagged along. And I haven't been great at it. I've never sort of like exceeded the limits, but I have managed to build some resistance and cope with it, and sometimes I'm better, sometimes I'm worse. But overall, I have never sort of focused on the times, distances, or techniques. I've always tried to run for a more emotional purpose, so I could feel more stable, more balanced, somehow lower my upmost emotions. 'Cause sometimes I feel really edgy, and whenever I run, when I'm like this, everything seems to soothe down and just fit into place. Now, any sort of activity that you enjoy doing somehow helps you obtain this. You feel calmer and at ease and somehow proud of yourself, and you feel like you've accomplished something. But I would say that running goes beyond that for me. I start running, and there is slight movement of thoughts in my head. I'm concentrating on my footsteps and on my breathing, and I'm slightly concentrated on how many people there are, what's the weather like, and if there's something like that's worrying me prior to running. I would think about that for a while. But after you've been running for a while, somehow your thoughts seem to disperse, and you start reaching this blank state, this empty state, where the people you look at begin to seem like they're blurred images, or the sounds no longer, you can't really hear them or define them. Everything just seems shapeless, and it's very hard to describe it. It seems like you're not aware of what's going on around you, and you're no longer concentrated on the activity running. You sort of just let it flow as something mechanical and automatic, and all of a sudden all I can really hear is my heartbeat and the air going in and out, and I just somehow fall asleep in this beat, and I can no longer be aware of any thoughts in my mind, and it just seems like it's all gone away. And I sense that I'm running towards a void, sort of like an emptiness, like this white room where nothing matters, nothing has any impact, everything is exactly the same. And it's rather curious because once I finish running, I feel so aware of everything, like I'm somehow a newborn baby, and that all my senses came to me, and it's like I'm experiencing everything from fresh. And it's just like I've emptied everything, and now I'm ready to fill myself up again, or in again, and until my next run. So it's sort of like when I run, I'm draining whatever is in me, and I just empty it and come back and empty and come back, and I sort of need to feel that emptiness, that void. I need to feel that whiteness of character, where everything is so pure and calm, and you're not really aware of any cruel or great things. There's no sort of good or bad, there's no extremes, everything is exactly the same, and it's just so good to be part of that world. And also when you finish running, it's because you're so aware of things, you feel highly motivated and full of energy and strength to commit yourself to something, and it's just a great sense. It's just this great awareness of the world and of what your potential is, and I really strive for these sort of feelings, and I think that ultimately I run to balance out all the worriness that I'm experiencing, and just to feel this freshness.